And speaking of music, a little over a month ago, almost just a little over a month, on November 1st, my band and Fancy Suit Man's band and Space Camp Stu's band. I don't remember if Jake has a Twitch account. I think he does. I don't remember the name. And Steve, who doesn't have any social media, uh, our album came out. My band, Tethered, released our album Cartography of the Mind, and you've probably been hearing me talk about it like an insufferable amount, but not as much as those four have. Because this album took most of the members a combined total of about 10 years to see the light of day. So the band initially was the original version of the band way back in the day was me, Fancy, and Steve. Fancy and Steve were brothers, and I self-adopted myself into their family, legally binding. No contracts, you can't get out, rip bozo. And we started a band. We had a different drummer. We had the drummer. The drummer. We parted ways with the drummer. We got a new singer. We got Space Camp Stu as our drummer. We parted ways with our singer. And now we have Jake, who's on vocals. And goddamn, bro, like it's honestly impressive because it was really kind of like just like 9 years of like 8 to 9 years of just like writing and like thinking about things. And then like within a year, it just kind of happened. And I say just kind of happened, but realistically, it was like from the day that we booked the studio to the day that the album came out, and even after that, to the day the show that we played, happened. Like we were all thinking and doing things for the album every single fucking day. Every single fucking day. It was the only fucking thing I thought about. I had to take a month off of streaming. Not because I like had like you know what I mean. Like I just not it has nothing to do it wait, no, yes, no, yes. The internet sucked, but I also had to take the time off because if I tried to stream towards the last month of the fucking album, oh my fucking god, bro. There's another guy in your band who definitely has a Twitch with a cool name, but I couldn't remember to save my life. Oh no, so that's Monolith Zero. That's my friend's band. So that's Nick's account for his band, Monolith Zero. We're actually hoping to play with them pretty soon. But yeah, Nick's cool. Nick's a great guy. Nick actually connected me because Nick was involved in the Avenged Sevenfold stuff. So Nick connected me with his friend Trey, and Trey was the one that gave me all the info and the PDFs and everything so I could make the Avenged Sevenfold video. Sounded like a fantasy ass name, maybe. Oh my god, you're talking. Wait, no. Is this a mustache dragon thing? Is this a mustache dragon joke? I mean, Mustache is basically the filmographer. Mustache and Morgan filmed the music video for Breathe, basically. Not basically, but like literally. I say basically because I'm trying to fill words for some goddamn reason. No, I'm being serious. And I'd never forget Mustache. I thought you were making a joke. I thought you were being facetious. I don't know. All right. Well, enough rambling. If you have any questions, we'll go through this. I don't know how exactly we're gonna go through it, but we'll go through and we'll listen and enjoy it and talk and pause and unpause. And if you have any questions or comments, you let me know. And yeah, so this is Cartography of the Mind. And let me give you a little. These are all the people involved. This is us. Produced by Westfall. With voice work by Autumn. We had a ton of great people helping with art, and then a lot of friends over the years who helped with additional writings and such with and such as like and such as. So bada bing bada boom, I don't have notifications on. You gotta let me know volumes and stuff. We full screen? I guess we full screen. I'm blocking the song names. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. And come over here if we really feel like it. Yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. That's even better. Uh-oh. God damn, bro. It's just crazy that it's out. You know what's bad? I listened to this today, and I shouldn't have listened to it today. Because I wanted to try and go into this raw, and I didn't. If you want to follow along with the lyrics, there is a booklet on the website. You can go to that website. Hopefully it's not porn. It's not porn. You go to that website, there'll be a booklet. There's a tab that says booklet. You can follow along. I wrote this riff in college in a sound and synthesis design class. I know this one. I don't know who the fuck wrote this part. What's up, Chaz? Me and Zach did? Oh, really? I summoned a husband since this is his bag. Here's your bag. I'm dropping it. I dropped your bag! I dropped your fucking bag! Is this high quality? Hang on. Ew! Much better! Hey, that sounds familiar, huh? I'm gonna mute while I open this candy bar. I mean protein bar. It's literally a protein bar, but they taste like candy. Greg definitely didn't finish writing this solo the night before he recorded it. Definitely not the case. Like I did homework in high school. He writes solos like I did homework in college. He fought back, bro. He didn't have it. You're listening to 220 Radio, and that was Breathe. So yeah, that was Breathe. That was one of. Oh, I put strawberry in the fucking soda. Fancy. I was saying that you definitely didn't finish writing that solo the day before you recorded it. Definitely not the case. Definitely didn't happen. Oh yeah, of course not. Yeah, so Breathe is like Breathe was one of the probably one of the oldest songs. So Cartography 1 and 2. Well, okay, so The Walk, Cartography, and Cartography, these are like the oldest songs. And basically we almost kind of wrote this album backwards in a way, and by backwards I mean like I don't know. The Walk was kind of the oldest, and then these two were the ones that the four of us like instrumental players, those were the ones we wrote like the longest ago. And this was us kind of getting our legs and stuff like that and trying to figure out what the hell we wanted to sound like. And then Breathe was the first, like, no pun intended, the first kind of attempt at that, I'd say. Because, you know, we had these three, and these were kind of like, they're trying to figure it out. And then Breathe was the first time we kind of got it together, I'd say, in my opinion. And that's why it's like the starting track. I think it gives a good balance of showing the different kind of flavors you're gonna get throughout this thing, because it does not stay in one lane. And it's very interesting talking to different people, because I've had people tell me like stuff on this album sounds like, you know, they use it for like gym material, and then I have people who like listen to this to like chill out. And it's like, it's so interesting hearing, like, I like, because of the people and how I know and who those people are, I know what kind of their favorite song is going to be, because it's like I know what flavors of shit they like. So it's cool. All right, Procession. I'm gonna donkey kick you in the throat if you don't mind. I don't have enough stuffed animals to punch. Ben, I've talked about getting someone to do it. I gotta ask, there's an old friend of mine who does those. I gotta ask. I don't know if he still charts. Oh, dude, Fancy, you're old school suck dick. Not platonic. How fucking dare you do homework? There's Autumn. Well, you heard Autumn for a second there. Autumn's great. We found Autumn on Fiverr. Autumn did a fantastic job with the voice work, which you can hear coming up in a second. I love this part. I think I was like super inspired by like Rivers with this shit. This bit, here's August. Autumn. August. What up? You didn't miss much. What's up, Eyebrow? How are you? You're just in time to get kicked in the head again. Hell yeah. been noticing I've been like accidentally mewing when I'm focusing on something, or I'm like accidentally mewing. Steve gave it here. This little... He put his ussy into that. Was Procession. Dude, I love that song. I love that song. Oh, my favorite part. So I don't know how I don't remember how I was able to explain it. So it's like a majority of this song I kind of like constructed together. I have a very strong insecurity being like, I wrote this song, because it's like it's a collective thing, but it's like I put together like a large chunk of the parts in this song, and like I had it in my head to do this whole part here. So like, so if you hear here, there's gonna be a note that goes like bwah 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 bwah. I'm gonna try and explain this for the non-music people. So this thing here. So we're constantly playing that, right? So there's that riff. And then what happens here, from this point, all the way through where there's that drum solo thing, we're not changing, like, I'm not changing what I'm doing. I'm just... And I'm constantly doing that all the way to, like, the big explosion at the end. And I think it's so cool because it's like everything's moving around this like constant point, which is so fucking sick, bro. Like, it's fucking insane! And the part that I like the most about that part, there's not much for me to do. I can just kind of breathe for a second and just hold it down. Which is nice. That's Procession. I was listening to a lot of Code Orange. The term is syncopation. Yes. Little break for live shows. Yeah. Dude, so the first and only live show, the term is actually a bird. I didn't even read that. Albatross would know. God damn it. Oh, yeah, so that's Procession. I was listening to a lot of Code Orange and a lot of Knocked Loose, and I was like, I'm gonna write a big angry. I'm gonna write shit that makes the deathcore kids punch each other. The jury is still out if the deathcore kids are gonna punch each other. We do have to play more shows. And so after that is Attempt, and the earlier version of our band was called Skepsis, and that band this is technically, do we get, Greg, do we consider this a new band? How do we call this? It's so hard for me to detach from Skepsis because that was such a like a thing, and it's always been like most of us. And so it's hard to like just call this a new band because it's like, brother, I've lived with this shit for like 15 years. But Skepsis used to be very thrash metal, very metalcore, power metal. And so some of those prettier things and those more older tendencies, I'm acting like I'm dancing around words, but it's just so hard to talk about this because it's like I can't believe it's out and I'm talking about it. Yeah. So this song has a lot of those older influences. Like some of our old friends who heard this, they're like, hey, I do that. You know, and some of these riffs are kind of old. Some of these riffs are from that time when we were writing that kind of stuff. So, yeah, this is Attempt. Well, in a minute. Now, this is Attempt. Like, this is a very, like, old school riff, comparatively. Zach was so happy with those dings. And then we just... I'll give you a little teaser. I'll give you a little backstory on that soon. We'll let the song go. I love this part. It's like hair blow on a mountain and shit. That shit's crazy. I like Blackwater Park. Caught. I'm very happy with how this part came out. Fucking piano. There's a gong back there. Here he goes again, tapping. Okay. And that was Attempt. So I was mistaken. So Breathe was kind of where we all kind of got together and like really formed it up. Attempt was kind of also an older one. So you heard a lot of those like older influences. Like that intro was very like how we kind of used to write stuff, what we used to like really like in the forefront of what we were listening to. I think the oldest riff on the album actually is in the song, and I say the oldest because it's at least the oldest I can think of is this one here. Yeah, this one coming up here. This one right here. I wrote that in my old bedroom on a MacBook that I got at the beginning of college. I was like my first year college. I wrote that shit in fucking GarageBand on a 6-string drop C guitar. And somehow it made it all the way to 2024. Now, there is something very funny in this song. Fancy, are we allowed to talk about it, or are we keeping it a secret? Or are we talking about it? Are we allowed to talk about what's in the song? What's an Attempt? Are we allowed to talk about it? Waiting for confirmation. Otherwise, I'm just going to talk about it. Yes, I'm allowed. Okay. All right, great. I'll pull up something. Okay, so let's put you in the scene here. We're trying to come up with something here during this breakdown. Boom, and we want to do like a bass drop thing, and we have a bass drop in here. So we had just that boom. We had that in there, and we were all kind of going back and forth. It was like, is that enough? Does it fill out the section enough? Is there enough of an attention to the boom to like feel good? We Greg wanted to do like a sliding bass note, but that wasn't feeling great. And so this is like the second this is like the second to last day of us finishing this thing up. We finished recording it. It's almost done being mixed. We're just putting in like little frou-frous and sound effects. And so me, Greg, and Zach are in the studio with the producer Ray. And we spent a long time that day. I mean, and Greg Fancy whatever can correct me. I Dude, was it like 1 in the morning or was it like 11 at night? Cuz I don't remember. It felt so late and we were all fucking shot. And Zach was sitting there and he's slouched in the chair and we were there till about 12. So it had to be about 11:30. We all came out of work. We all went from work at like 4 or like 5 or 6 o'clock, went to the studio and we're working till like almost midnight. Zach was exhausted because he started work at like something like fucking like 5 or 6 and came out after that. So he was up close to 20 hours at that time. And we're sitting there and we're trying to think of what to put in here because it's like we gotta put something in here. And he literally just sits in his chair and goes, "Well, let me play. Do I play it? I'm gonna play it one more time for you." So he sits there, and we're like, hey, maybe we put like an explosion or something real stupid. Because we're all just like, we're joking around. Like, oh, I put a fucking explosion or something. I don't fucking know. They got an exploding car or something. And he just says out loud, he's like, what if we put in the cement truck explosion from Mythbusters? Uh, to which Greg promptly loses his mind, hysterically laughing, legitimately falls on the ground, and within 3 seconds of that sentence being uttered, Ray pulls this video up. All right, there's a better version of it somewhere.
Oh yes, you're boom.
Wait, no, not the water heater.
And it's sort of
No, Adam, I didn't steal from you. Adam. So that explosion, that is the explosion in the album. So let me see if I'm gonna see if I can pull something up here. I think I have the isolated stem clip that has a little bit extra length to it, so you'll actually hear like them laughing, and it was cut off in the album, obviously, because I'm trying not to get fucking sued. Uh, all stems attempt effects. Play anyway. Somebody give me a timestamp. Give me a timestamp. When in the song does it happen? Give me a timestamp. Four minutes of silence interrupted by Mythbusters explosion. .337. That's not. It does not happen at 3:37 in the song. You son of a bitch. It's not correct, but it's a timestamp. Ban yourself, please. Fuck it. I'm literally just gonna run the track. I'm just gonna run the FX track. We're just gonna sit here and waste everyone's time for 4 minutes while we wait to hear the explosion. Because I can't get a timestamp. Yes, I could just look it up myself, but no. Come on! Come on! A break of time. Fuck you, I'm looking. Where is it? It's gonna show up the second I find it. It should have happened by now. $39. Thank you. Don't tell me my Instagram story hasn't uploaded yet. You bitch of a platform. I hate you. Seriously? It's still uploading? God, I hate Instagram. I've been sitting here. Where the hell is... Oh, it's a different track. Wow, thank you. Horrible, horrible platform. For some reason, okay. I found the track. Hang on. I found it. So you'll actually you'll hear a little bit of the laughing after. Here it comes. We're not lying. And then one last thing on this song. This is that is beefy on its own. It's really beefy. This whole section here. This whole section here till we hit the clean part. I don't think any of us remember, and I might be speaking out of term here because I'm only speaking for myself, but I feel like this is one of those parts that confuses the shit out of me because it's like I don't remember how we wrote any of that shit. And cuz some of the like desynced time signature shit that's happening in there makes no fucking sense as to how any of us thought about it and made it and play it every time, and it's like the easiest part to play when it sounds so fucking This is easy, right? And then we just naturally wrote into this all the harmonies. I don't know how they came up with this. This is Steve, Greg, and Zach who came up with this, and I just decided to jerk off on top of it. And even my jerk off, I don't even know how it happened. Genuinely no idea. Genuinely. Like, we play that every time, and I'm like, what are we doing? What is that? I need a fucking Adam Neely video on my own goddamn music. Oh my god. Oh, and then the last thing, this part here, Greg's solo, the harp underneath it, it was supposed to be Emily Hopkins. It was supposed to be Emily ! Harp. It was supposed to be. Scheduling didn't work out. By God, we're going to make something cool happen. I'm going to make sure of it. We're going to make something real cool happen. Hopefully. I really want something cool to happen. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my damn best. She's busy. She's all popular and doing Factor sponsors. Oh, and also that the snare clap, this one, first try every time. Okay, and then from that we're gonna go into Beyond This World. Beyond this world. So not as much to talk about on that song. More of just like personal, I guess. Um, so this song, I don't even remember how we really came up with it. I knew I wanted like I knew like at least for me, I wanted something like calmer and chiller, and I mean, Fancy can attest to this. I always had the worst anxiety and stress outs about this song because over the years when we would try and play it and do it, it just like it was like because it was it's a very like bridgy song. It's not really like super contained when you're just looking at the instrumentals because we're really just kind of going back and forth on like three parts, and it's just kind of this bridge thing. I always thought everybody just like fucking put up with it and fucking hated the song and didn't want to do it and didn't want to do anything with it. And I was always like, oh my god, because there's somebody would always like I would start it and then somebody would be jerking off and playing something or slapping something or riffing something, and I'm like everybody hates this song, and then Jake came in. So with this song, um, when Jake was writing it, he's like, I'm gonna do clean vocals. And I'm like, what? Because Jake is in another band, and we've known Jake in that band, and what he's sung has all been like harsh singing. It was definitely my least confident song going into the studio. I think I agree with you. I think I agree with you on that. Especially, I think it was especially the least confident for us too, because me and Steve recorded like we recorded first, and we recorded our parts for that on like day one or day two, and it was like, ugh, like is this good? I don't know. But Jake really turned this song around. So Jake primarily, for what we knew, did pretty much only harsh vocals, and like I mean, because like we've only heard him do harsh vocals in projects and stuff. So he came in and he's like, I want to do clean vocals on this. And we're like, okay. And like this song before Jake came in was like nothing. It was us. You could look at it as just us wasting fucking time, basically. And he came in and made this song like an actual fucking song. It's insane. And he sang so fucking well, even though he's probably got worse anxiety than me, only sometimes, about his performances and things. But he really just turned that whole fucking song around. And so also with this there is like a ah, there is shut up. So there is kind of like a story. There's a pretty clear concept throughout the album. So this first chunk, so the forest to attempt, is kind of your first chunk, and then beyond this world to for the trees is kind of your middle chunk. So throughout this middle chunk, it's gonna kind of be there's still gonna be some heavy, but there's gonna be some more light. There's gonna be some more different kind of things happening. This is kind of our whole like I think this is like our most experimental section in the entire thing. I had to dip for a work meeting, but back, keen to see the next song. I was trying to make some witty joke about work and I can't think of one, so I'm going to stop. I don't know. Shit on company time. It's your legal right. I don't know. Synergy, whatever. Dude, I was in so many bullshit meetings this week at work. I'm not even going to get into it right now. Holy fuck. And so then Gucci, hell yeah. We're probably gonna have a lot to talk about in this song, maybe. I'm not sure. But this song's probably gonna be, especially for the people who don't really listen to metal as much, this song's kind of like seems to be kind of the beacon point for people who like a lot of other stuff. This is kind of the beacon point for a lot of people, at least that I know, that like their primary go-to is not metal. So yeah, this is mocking my conscience. Don't touch that dial. Call this the caveman riff. Fake Messiah is Jake. I couldn't remember your username. That's Jake. That's our singer. I already glazed you up earlier. You're right, there is an M. And Stu! Stu's here! Discord brought me here, hell yeah. What do you mean? People look at my Discord? Unlikely. hang on, if I hang on, wait. We're all here now. Everyone's here now. All 5 of us are here. Die. Yeah, so Space Camp Stu and Fake Messiah in chat. Stu is Zach. Zach is the drummer. Messiah is Jake. Jake is the singer. And that was Mocking My Conscience. And Fancy is the bassist, which you already know if you've been here for a amount of time. So, at least for the guitar perspective, this song was the worst to record. It was so, me and Steve, like, we're having such a hard time recording our parts, especially like the solo and the intro. We were having such a hard time doing it, and we were like really beating ourselves up because it was like, you should have heard how many takes of things there were. The solo, Steve's solo, I think took an hour or 2 to get down, and we both walked out of there like after like 10 hours, just like fucking defeated. We're like, dude, it sucks. What are we gonna do? Oh my god. Oh no. And now it's great. Yeah, so that's the fucked up thing. Here's the what guitar was used in the song. The cleans were nice and bright. Um so the clean stuff was on a Legator baritone with active pickups, and a lot of the heavier stuff was written on a big fucking like LTD with like a single bridge pickup in it. I brought my Gorilla, but it was honestly, the Gorilla was way too dark. The Gorilla was way too dark to get things going. The amps we used were, it was a Friedman, a Mesa, something or other, and fucking another Diesel. I think it was a Diesel. The LTD was beef, and he had. So yeah, it was So the LTD, the LTD, I don't. The LTD was this huge guitar, and then right right in between where one of the pickups would be, it just had a giant sticker of this dude. that thing that thing chunked. That thing chunked. We probably have a video. I probably have a picture somewhere of that. uh I probably have a picture of that somewhere. Hang on. Damn, I haven't used the Google Drive this much in months. God, this Google Drive just stresses me out now. Holy shit, there's so much fucking stuff in this fucking drive, bro. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. How do you zoom in? So you could see it right there. It's right above the pickup. Yeah, stresses you out now. Everything stresses me out, Jake. Yeah, for a lot of the clean stuff, like Beyond This World, um there's some strummy stuff in Breathe. Um stuff in For the Trees, we used a Meteor, which is a like strat-ish style guitar made by Casey Crescenzo of the Deer Hunter. And I got it on like a super discount and I fucking loved it. And all the acoustic stuff. You might be able to hear it if you listen in the background, like the banana, wananu, wananu, you'll hear like some extra clang. That I have an acoustic guitar line that I'm doing underneath that. It's very subtle in there, but it adds so much. It adds so much. And I have no idea how that thing sounded good. But that is a fucking uh a that is like a 12-year-old Ovation acoustic guitar that I had and I never played. And then I was like, "Oh, we gotta record the album. I really want to use that Ovation guitar. I've had literally collecting dust for literally 12 years. Time to get it set up." And all the acoustic stuff sounds pretty good. Has the thing not warped yet? It's got a big plastic ass. It's the whole back of the Ovation guitar is like a fucking plastic shell. And I'll swear up and down to the cows come home for like 4 years. That thing stayed in tune. um, anything else about this song? Anything else notable about this song? We were really happy. So with the like doing the intro and the outro in the lo-fi style was actually like so sick because it was something I was thinking about. And honestly, like the other guys can attest to this, is like I'm very much like a fucking maximalist when it comes to everything, and I'm like, let's do more, let's add more, let's do more. And it was like I felt myself kind of clamming into myself because I kept wanting to do more things, and I had a very hard time. Trees, we'll talk about trees in a minute. I had a very hard time um during the making of this, like kind of coming to terms with like talking about like what I wanted, because I didn't want to come off like this like control freak weirdo or something. Um and it was just a bad like internal thing, and it was never like something that they like made me feel. It was something I felt and was like imposing on them. not imposing on them, but it was like I was so nervous, and I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I don't know if I should bring this up. I don't know if I should bring this. And then like Greg came over one night and was like, we were talking about stuff, and he's like, yeah, I kind of want to do this like lo-fi thing for mocking, and I'm like, I had that idea. I'm like, ah, I'm like, I agree. Oh my god. I keep thinking to myself, damn, if I actually regularly practiced any of the guitars I've had for over 20 years, I might be able to play like this. The trick is, we don't know how to play either. Oh my god. So yeah, I'm really happy that the intro and the outro really worked. I don't know if there's anything else. I can't think of anything else. We don't know how to play records a whole ass album. Exactly. So many spur of the moment ideas worked for the album. It really did. Okay, but I can only play Blackbird and Power Chords. Blackbird's a hard ass song. Blackbird is a hard song. Finger picking is a pain in the ass. I'm gonna say it. Ben's good at fingering. I was like, I can't not say it. I had to say it. I had to say it. I could play Wonder. I gotta say it. Shaz confirms.
What happened?
Landslide. That's also a hard song. I'm good at fingering, but I have an advantage. Oh no, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Mocking was kind of like a very straightforward song. Oh, wait, no, there is more to talk about in Mocking. This is my favorite. It's my favorite solo on the album. It's the coolest section, in my opinion, that Jake's cleans. It changed the whole section, but there's one piece of probably like the last. It was the last straw that Zach had with me, honestly, and it's very simple. It's very simple. Because he says best part right now. He says best part right now, but we'll get into a bit of a history lesson. But I just want you to notice something in here, right? I sat there from the moment we booked studio time till the last day of drums, bringing up that we had to put a tambourine in the back of this section. And Zach was so against it. He was so against it. Zach, we already played the song. This is the recap section, but I'll play it for you. We're in the recap section. Everybody heard the song already. We're in the dissecting analysis part. I'll play it again. Use your prime! Got an ad. What's that? What's that? What's that there? Man. I can't even gift you a sub. How are you getting an ad? Why are you getting ads? You're subscribed. I can't even. You're subscribed. How are you getting ads? How are you getting ads? It says you're subbed. What happened? You're subscribed. I can't give you one. I gave Jake one, but Jake's a freaking no-name. He's got no badges, no nothing. I can't even give you it. How are you getting ads? I just used my Prime. God fucking damn. Wait, that means my Prime notification's still fucking broken. God fucking damn it. Fuck. God fucking damn it. No desires, no burden for you. You are a failure. Let me stay here forever, finding my path alone. Broken and cold, only feeling I've known. All of my overflows. Blackness and numbness, I was so close to now. Further and further pulling away. The light begins to close. So yeah, that tambourine, I fought and fought and fought to get that tambourine in there, and Zach wanted nothing to do with it. Nothing. He's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You do it. I don't want to do it. If you want to do it so bad, you do it. I tried to do it. I fucked up, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. There was also a little bit of like, what's that thing called when you do something bad, so you don't have to do it? Is that like malicious compliance? What's that considered? What's that term called? I basically maliciously complied, and I weaponized incompetence. Yeah, I used my weaponized incompetence, and I was like, I can't play this tambourine. Zach, you're the percussionist. You're playing the drums. Play the percussion. And he played it, and I tried my hardest to get it on video, and this is the best I could get. Gotta go on this goddamn fucking drive again. Keep the drive up on. Where? It was the last video from the studio.
All right, so let's go for it. Give you a couple.
I'm filming it.
And once again,
I'm filming this.
All right, so let's go for it. Give you a couple.
I'm filming it.
And once again,
I'm filming this. He protested me. He wouldn't let it see the light of day. He wouldn't let it see the light of goddamn day. And now, here he is saying it's the best part on the album. Yeah, the solo was really hard to get a melody under. Want to see it? I want to see it too. I wasn't allowed to film it. I had Zachary McFilibuster over here being like, nope, I'm not going to play it. I'm like, bro, we need to archive this. Oh, so good. Yeah, so that was Mocking My Conscience. And now Zach. Middle one. Right? Middle one? Look at my phone. Wait, no, not middle one. Not middle one. Wait. Yep, middle one. Middle one. Do the middle one. I remember. I had to, like, look at it. You ever see something so much it doesn't, like, register as real anymore? Okay, without use, probably, like, the biggest brain scramble. This is, we'll talk about it after, but this one's gonna be a bit of a, this is gonna be a bit of a brain scrambler. So, enjoy. Without you. Oh, the fast kicks, yeah. And that was Without You. So, this song, pretty much like mostly like Procession. Um, I kind of got most of the pieces together for it. And I think we've talked about this over time. It's like I think for some of us, or at least I know like one or two of us, this is probably like the most flyover song on the album at this point. At least just on regular listening. I think it's just because it's a lot going on. It's a lot of fun to play though. I love playing the song because the way I write stuff, it's very comfortable for me. So like things stay kind of near each other so that like you can kind of play something and then go to the next thing pretty much like keeping the same hand shape. And so it's always fun for me to play those songs because I can just kind of turn off a little bit, even though the song is so complicated. This song, I think, for a long time, uh, many people regretted uh, making at least for the instrumentals when we were really just like trying to make this song, um, because this was like a particular night where we were all I love your feet. Caught, caught, caught. Flip it and ship it, boys. I love you, feet. I love you, feet. Oh, he keeps typoing. That turn really loves feet. Thanks. I'm self-conscious about them foot. I'm self-conscious about them foot. I said what I said. So this song kind of started. This song kind of started on a weird night where for some reason we were all hanging out till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and uh like that's kind of an anomaly for us because most, at least nowadays, most of us are kind of curmudgeons. And well, we also used to practice on Fridays, so it's a little bit different, but most of us are like old curmudgeons, and like fucking like by midnight we're like, get me out of here. Or even if we want to stay up by like 12:30, we're like, ah. So Greg was on the couch and was just messing around and just did that and for some reason it like latched on to me super hard, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm gonna write a whole song based on that, thank you. And we figured out that the part was in 11/8, and so this song, unlike a lot of the other unlike every other song, was a song where I kind of went into it with an objective, and it could have. I'm also getting lore on my own band. Yeah, this is way before Jake was in. So this song, pretty much unlike any other song on the album, had like a goal in mind, had like something I was going to try to do, as opposed to just like, I'm writing something because if I think it works. Where I was like, okay, I'm gonna write an 11/8. So the that's an 11/8, and so is the like it's all in that timing. And then probably about like a quarter of the way through is when we kind of when everybody kind of started like complimenting and figuring stuff out. um and then also this was the song that had the most work done. We were actually reworking this song until until maybe like a month or two before recording, like some of the changes, because we actually had Nick from Monolith Zero. That's who I was talking about earlier, Ben. He came by, and because we when we booked the studio, we're like, okay, we don't want to waste time. this is really, it's a lot of money for a lot of us, and we want to make sure we do this right because we really want to make this come out special. And he offered to come by and he listened. We played all the songs and he gave commentary on it, and we all kind of like agreed. It's like, okay, this song probably is the one that could use some work, and he came up with some suggestions that made the track. So some of the placement of things, some of the length of things were like actually reworked from writing, as opposed to almost every other song on the album. Every other song on the album is pretty much what we wrote it as. Maybe a couple of tweaks and variations, but Without You took the most time, and actually it took like us being like, okay, we're gonna take this part out and we're gonna put this in, that kind of shit. I hate that I know what you're talking about with the Wouldn't it be funny if you got a copyright strike on your own album? That would be fucking awesome. Oh man, that would make a good Instagram post, I'll tell you that. God damn. Yeah, so that was the only song that was kind of the Krabby Patty. God damn it, I hate you guys. Oh man. And for me, I mean, like, also, like, a lot of these parts during this time, so, like, during Procession, I was listening to a lot of Code Orange and a lot of Knock Loose. Here, I was listening to a lot of Conjurer and a lot of Leprous. So that's where that kind of, like, like, those kind of parts where you're, like, we do that kind of syncopation thing again. Like this, we're playing that over and over again, and Zach's changing what he's doing on the drums. Then we bury it. And then Zach changes. Let me choke it a little. Shit's sick. That album sounds like a lot of hoopla. Anything else? Oh yeah, this is my single favorite thing ever on the entire album. There's this one note I hold out, and it's my favorite thing ever. That one, that's like my favorite thing ever. Ever. So cool. I guess now is a good time to talk about something else too. The outro. Whoa! This little thing. So that, much like the lo-fi discussion with Mocking, and something else I'm going to talk about in a second, there were so many weird timings and weird, like, things where everyone was on the same page, and it was, like, the trippiest shit I've ever seen. So, for the 5 of us, we've been working together for, like, 2 to 10 years, right? And so, like, we can kind of pick up what each other's putting down here and there. But a lot of these other decisions were made with Anthony and Ray at the studio, and like we knew them for years and years, but we only were working with them for 2 weeks. And so we wanted to like go to Ray and discuss like doing some kind of like outro like this, like it like, oh, we want like the outro to like decay out and get like warped and fucked up. And we got back one of the reference mixes, and it had this in it already before we even asked about it. Whole like delay. And he was just like, yeah, I thought it sounded cool. And he's like, I just wanted to try it out and I wanted to see what you thought. And we're like, we were gonna fucking tell you we wanted to do something like that. And then the trippiest fucking shit in the world mainly came with Jake and Anthony, who were doing vocals. And so I sat in on a lot of that stuff because I took the 2 weeks off of work, and I was like, I'm not just gonna sit at home while the 10-year baby is being born. So I was in the studio pretty much every day, just being in there. And the trippiest shit in the world, and it's all over the album. It would be Jake would lay down like a scream line, and then Anthony would stop it, go back to a spot, hit record, and then Jake would lay down like a lower vocal. Like he'd be like, ah, and then and they would do this. The two of them would just do this throughout the entire like vocal session. And the fucking weird part about it is neither of them talked to each other. There was never a time that Jake was like, okay, I want to put a low under here. I want to do this under here. And Anthony wasn't like, okay, I want you to put a low under here or a harsh high under there. The two of them were just, Jake was just recording, and then Anthony was like, okay. And he didn't even say anything. He was just like, okay. And just go back. And they just did that the entire fucking time. And like, we're all just sitting there like, did you two have a conversation? And they're like, no. I'm like, what do you fucking mean? What do you mean? Outro reminds me of Iowa. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Stu's probably very happy with that comparison. But it was just crazy, because it's just like there's so many times that there was all these like unwritten and like undiscussed things that just happened. And, like, I couldn't fucking begin to tell you how the fuck that occurred. I'm like, they're literally just recording stuff, and neither of them are speaking to each other. There's no communication. There's no, like, expression of intent. They're just making it. And I'm like, how the fuck are you two talking to? Like, they're like telepath. Like, it's like, what's happening? And so, like, anytime you hear, like, a big, like a layer underneath or like another vocal underneath, 99% chance the two of them just said, yeah, we're gonna put something under here, and they did it without speaking. They're just like, yep, okay. Like, it's fun. Anthony was super encouraging and made me comfortable, and he trusted my intuition. It was just insane. Like, you two like didn't speak to each other. You just did it. You just put the shit out there. It was so cool. And it was just like, I'm just sitting there like what? like you could have told me that you went there for like an hour and like had a conversation with him, and we're like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, let's do this, I would like this. And like, you just kind of did it. You just like boom, 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 and you just owned shit, bro. You just owned shit. Crazy. Ugh. I knew what I wanted to do, and he let me. I only asked once to add one thing. Yeah. It's like one time in this fucking hour. You're like, yeah, I want to add something here. Versus everything else just being like so good and so where it is. It's crazy, dude. Anything else? Anything else for Without You? Without You is kind of a straightforward song, in my opinion. Oh. I don't know. Without You is pretty straightforward, honestly. It's probably one of our more straightforward songs. That's probably why it feels a little bit flyover. There's not because it's literally just like 3.5 minutes of like go, 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 go. So, you know. And like it's just like it's gonna be like a fun, fast song. Again, I'm really hope like there's some like head kicking parts in there. That would be so cool. That's what she said. I only hope consensually. You ever get the itch? Oh, the itch. Ah! Okay, I got it. You ever get an itch that shuts down your cerebral cortex? Yeah, so I think with that, we're going to go into what we like to call the final breather. No pun intended. This is kind of the last stop before we go into like Punchville. And we don't hold back. This is we let our fucking freak flag fly with this song. And it's one of my favorite songs. And it's not just because I have a solo. It's definitely partially because I have a big jerk off solo that I love. But yeah. For the trees. Hang on a second, I just noticed something. So my keyboard, when I click out of YouTube, my keyboard brightens. When I click into YouTube, my keyboard darkens. That's fucking sick. What the hell? And before Fancy says, yeah, that's normal. That's all you need. What up, cool? Oh, want to be lowered in the ground in this? You're not dying yet, bro. Brother. My tambourine in my funeral. Where are you on the album? I'm guitar. I'm one of the two guitarists. Nope, that's fake Messiah's job. It's kind of an alternate. Yeah, so that was for the trees. I don't remember how we came up with that beginning part. But the whole back section kind of came together. In a man, how do you pause there? We have to discuss what's happening. We're discussing. This is a discussion. It's a forum. If I don't discuss it now, we're not going to be able to. You want me to just sit here for 20 minutes and not pause? Because that's what we're getting to. Do we want to do that? Is that what we prefer? Do we prefer that, chat? 500 gifted, cool, okay? Is that what we want, chat? Chat, do we want that? Do we want to just let the donkey kicks occur? At least after the walk? There's no breaks, bro! Alright. I'll pull it back. We'll talk again after the walk. At which point people will be mad at me for pausing after the walk. And then we'll have the discussion again. I'm already going! No, cool. Next one for sure. What about the Logan Paul album, bro? It wasn't a gang sign, I was playing my part! Oh, fuck you, Jake. I want Taco Bell now. I'm getting Taco Bell tonight. Fuck you, Jake. I'm getting Taco Bell. Venmo me. Messiah is the singer. Oh, highbrow, you don't even know yet. Hold your phone. Here's where everybody grabs the microphone and yo. I'm going to pause. Thank you. Thank you. That was For the Trees and The Walk. Thank you. The third song name is Procession. Okay, For the Trees. So For the Trees, I don't remember how we did the intro, really. But in a interesting turn of events, so like everybody wrote on the album, right? And like we all kind of wrote different stuff. I thought progression was spelt wrong. No, procession's like a funeral procession, that kind of vibe. In an interesting turn of events, Zach, our drummer, actually wrote that whole back half that like basically gave the entire groundwork for the bump bump when it fucking done when it that whole thing. Yeah, dude, we totally spelled it wrong on our official YouTube video and the album and Spotify and Apple and on the CDs that we printed 100 of. I've seen worse. Spielcheck. No regrets. Oh my god. Yeah, so Zach really did a good job of like kind of building that part out. And then the biggest like the hardest thing during the studio time up until like the second to last day was just the effects underneath. This section those like weird wah, wah, like all those effects we tried on and off for like 5 or 6 days like of just like trying different effects and trying different things because we were just like we wanted to like replicate this effect in a Pliny song. I could play the part because it's super short. I could play the part so you could. We wanted to try and replicate that kind of like that whole thing, and we tried like a bunch of different filters, a bunch of phasers. We tried writing a synth line out to follow it in the back, and somehow I like we tried like a voice box thing. It didn't really work, and it wound up being like, what was it? Fancy. What was it? It was like it's like a phaser and like a low pass filter or something. And then you figured out how to actually replicate it for real when we finished recording, yeah. So it's like a phaser and like a low pass filter or something, like a Oh, that's what it was on the Kemper, and it didn't. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, because we used the Kemper for that. We did all the amp recording on real amps, but when I play, here, and when we play live, I play on a Kemper, and we didn't use the Kemper at all, and like one of the last days we were trying to figure out this part, and I brought the whole Kemper in. I brought the whole Kemper in, and then we used it like for just that part. I brought in my whole ass big old fancy computer amp, and we used it to get 2 effects for a bass part. Oh, he did an envelope filter with a sub octaver. Okay. And so, and then at the end here, in the end here, this part here, if you listen to this is kind of like we call it like, this is kind of like the whole reprise section. So I'm going to go back to Beyond This World so you can kind of hear these 2 songs kind of bookend the second chunk really well. So you'll hear these and that's literally the same chord progression as in Beyond This World. So that's the same chord progression as in the end section of For the Trees. And also, the coolest thing to me is listen to the kick pattern. It's literally the same kick pattern. That's in Beyond This World and For the Trees, and Fancy's playing the same bass progression in Beyond This World and For the Trees, and then the chord progression at the end. Why are you guys gatekeeping me? What do you mean? You were here for it! We've discussed that with you here! You never knew that? Oh no. I swore we've talked about this. Oh man. Yeah, so that's I was there for an ounce of writing. I still thought we talked about the writing process with you. Ugh. Guys, this is fun. Guys, we've been going for 2 hours. I thought I was gonna play a horror game after this. We're not gonna be done with this until like 11:30. I'm the stepdad learning what cereal my new kid likes. Just don't get any milk, please. And if you're asking, it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Waffle Crisp, all right? Thank you. No milk. Okay, no milk because I don't want him to leave. That was the joke. It was a dad leaving joke. But also, I don't eat my cereal with milk. You don't have a Keck W, bro? I don't know. Greg, you're the first person to ever use Keck W in this chat. I just like milk in general. Nah. I'll have milk in my coffee. and milk in my shake? That's wild to me. You're literally the first person to ever type Keck W. I have lol W. You could lol W your head off. Rest in peace, Total Biscuit. You don't even know how to spell lol W? Bro, come on. Holy shit. Ugh. God, I'll raw dog a glass of milk. That's not good for you. RFK said so. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Drink milk. It's good for your feet. I just want milk that tastes like real milk. So I use Fairlife fat-free milk in my coffee. It is so good, and the macros are so good. So I can still drink like fucking 48 ounces of coffee, and it's good for my macros. It's great. I just want my milk to taste like the real milk. Do kangaroos ovulate? Can you get kangaroo milk? New Tethered album out. Did you say milk? Dude, we should totally sell milk cartons. Dude. The lore goes like this. The caps of the song is, I attempt to breathe without you, but at the procession I could not. I feel the forest mocking my conscience. I know beyond this world you are the walk for the trees. Try to take your mind once and twice. Not far off, I'd say. Ovulation, the famous process of which milk is created. Correct. You read it wrong. No, I read it right with the song names because you can't read. Huh? Okay. So the walk. The walk is probably our oldest song. Jimmy, it's not ovulation. You can't get away with this. Oh, okay. What creates the milk then? Respec. What creates the milk? Lactation. Oh, the lactation. Do kangaroos lactate? So the walk is probably it was the first song written on 7 strings. So for people who don't know music stuff, there is a program for basically writing out all your guitar stuff. It's called Guitar Pro. When we first started this band, we were 18 to 20 ish, somewhere in that range. And when we started playing music and writing stuff, we were like 16 to 18, right? So the issue with Guitar Pro was that it cost money, right? And so we didn't have any money. It's not much different than like now, except now we have to pay taxes and like pay to live, right? So there was a free program called Tux Guitar, and the little icon for the free version of that guitar program was a little penguin. And Steve, our other guitarist, got his hands on it, and he used it, and he started listening to some heavier stuff. He started hanging out with some people who, you know, were liking heavier stuff, were making heavier stuff, and he was like, "Oh, I want to really try and like write something crazy." And Steve had a really bad habit, and sometimes still does, and probably will when we start the second album cycle, of writing things that we cannot fucking play. No, you're not part of our lore. Sorry. Cool. I told you 500 gifted, and you got it. 500 gifted, or you go to the band camp and you buy the album and you pay like $150 and we'll put you in the lore. You go buy the album on Bandcamp, you pay $150, and I'll put you in the lore, okay? But it'll be our little secret. Yeah. I gifted before subbing myself. Can I get in? Yeah, you're in, Bybrow. You're in the lore. You're that one. You're that little particle. That's your soul. You're imprinted. Yeah, so Steve had a really bad habit of writing stuff that we could not play. So the walk used to be like almost twice as fast. So I think we can replicate this on YouTube. So we can actually replicate this on YouTube. Where is it? Playback speed. Let's put it up to 1.5. Okay, hang on. I shit you not, it was pretty close to that. And so the song stuck around for a really long time. It sounds like kindergartners yelling. It stuck around for a really long time, and it was always something we would try to do, we wouldn't do, we tried to do, and it was like it started on 6 strings, and it was really complicated to do on 6 strings, and then when we moved over to 7 strings, it like made a little bit more sense. We had a little bit more room, and I think we had a discussion at some point, and we're like, I was like, do you want to try like, so he got excited, and he reworked that song on 7 strings, and it was still fast. And then it became the challenge of not everybody else trying to learn it, but me trying to learn it, because I had a very hard time learning that song. I still suck at that song. Greg's able to pick up everything. Jake did a great job writing, and Zach really locked in on it. I still fucking struggle bus with that song. It's so hard. It's like my worst song by far. And everybody likes it, which means we're gonna have to play it a lot. So I'm gonna have to like get better. So I'll unapologetically admit this. Most of the guitars for this song are played by Steve. I play my parts live, but most of the stuff where we're doing the same part, because we wanted to have like a consistent take and we wanted to have everything be consistent and like really good sounding, he just did the parts twice. And I was like, okay, that works. The ending is single-handedly the hardest thing I've ever done live. I mean, you're running your mouth off, bro. You're like... This last bit here... Where's the music video? We're discussing that next week. Also being discussed next week. Brother, the promotion video is out. Did you not see us light a clock on fire? No, you probably haven't seen us light a clock on fire. Say about that later. New raffle video. Hang on, I gotta put this in my history.
Hey folks. In today's video, we're back with more Gold Stake Balatro.
I'll show you that later. I commented on it. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. I remember. Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much the walk. It was an older song. It's probably our oldest song. And then these were kind of the first two songs here, Cartography of the Mind 1 and 2. These were the first two songs where we were like, all right, do we want to try to write like proggier stuff? Do we want to try and like lean more into this like proggier kind of angle? What do we want to do? And so these were kind of our first cracks at it. And over the years, they turned out really, really well. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to let the entirety run. So the last 13 minutes of the album are these two songs. And so this is the end of the piece. And so we'll run it to the end, and then we'll have discussions and final thoughts and everything after that. Are they important? Nah, we just put them on there because we felt like it. Sounds like Doom. Thank you. Yeah, we hit 3K. Yeah, I mean, we're entitled to shit on it, though. progressive metal. I don't know. That's just kind of the catch-all. That's fair. What the hell, Cool? You're supposed to like everything I do, ever! You ran me 30 ads, fuck you. I wish I could run you more. Brother, you made my ass $1.50. You're all subscribed. It does nothing. I just pressed the add button. It does nothing because you're all fucking subs. Corporal's probably got like 400,000, bro. Oh yeah. Huh, I can see that. Yeah, really. I love this thing, though. This thing. I love that shit. Next album, I'm breaking out Randall. Let's go. Yeah, dude. You look like a muppet. You look like a bitch. He didn't get the floor. Yeah, no, he did not. God damn. I'm Shathid and I can only count to 6. What the fuck comes after 6?
Hey.
It's so good, dude.
This wasn't your fault.
Brother, you're not gonna hear shit because it's over. And that is Cartography of the Mind. Okay. Yep. That's the whole thing. All right. Cartography 1. Both cartographies are kind of hard to like really talk about because they're so old. You know, it's like these were literally some of the first things we wrote for this album. These two songs basically laid down like the groundwork for the rest of it. And I'm running out of ideas. Can you give me some more smart ass shit to say? No, I can't. Apparently I'm out of smart ass shit to say to you too. They were kind of the oldest pieces, so we spent the most time with them, and we didn't really do a lot of like revisions to them or anything. But they were really kind of our first attempts at, no joke intended, They were kind of our first attempts at writing, kind of more in a progressive fashion. So some of the stuff initially when we were writing it was very like blocky. It was like, all right, we're doing this part, and then we're doing this part, and then we're doing this part, and you know, it got really smoothed over with just over time with Zach getting involved and then Jake really selling everything. Like Jake filled in like every fucking gap. Like if there was something where we're like, oh, this feels kind of weird, this feels kind of empty, this feels kind of awkward, it's like Jake was just like, yep, hang on, I got it, woo, just fucking cleared house on that shit. Cartography 1, yeah, it's Cartography 1's pretty straightforward, it's beefy, it's riffy. And then Cartography 2 is when we really were just like, we're gonna go fucking stupid mode. And like that Cartography 2, I think at the time, the walk was hard, right? But for a time, I think at least in my purview and looking at this like, you know, years in the future, I think we were trying to be so ambitious. We were writing shit that like it was like really hard to play. There were things that like just got figured out like within the last couple years. Like this whole section in Cartography 2. If you hear underneath it, so this whole thing. So we're all playing this, right? And then during the clean, the section where it opens up, Greg is still playing that part underneath it the entire time. Still going. Still going. He's still going under here. $48.18. He's playing the same exact riff at the same exact tempo for 1 minute and 10 seconds straight. It's insane. It's just insane. And then yeah. So he used to when we would like first start practicing, when we would first start practicing that song and like writing that song, because me and Steve are kind of just doing these like open, really like crazy, like not too crazy things. They just sound really like weird. Like I would turn to Greg and he would be sitting there playing and his face, he'd be like, he would be in physical pain when he would play that part because it was just him just going da 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 da, like for literally 1 minute and 10 seconds each. Cool, I'm going to eat all the food in your fridge and I'm going to throw it up on your bed. Everybody voted for milk. Okay, good shit. Good shit, guys. Uh, it's not a threat. It's a promise. IP address 318. I'm kidding. Yeah. Oh, another fun fact. So all the beeping, all the like the hospital beeping. All that stuff actually recorded. That's actually really recorded. We actually recorded that. So we had some medical equipment that we were able to get access to that was not being used, and it was only briefly recorded for like 5 minutes, and it was just us like, okay, we need an oxygen tank, and it was just like we like leaked an oxygen tank a little bit and recorded that, and then we got like a defibrillator thing, and we were able to get like the beeping and the motors turning and the you know, that kind of stuff, because I really like for a lot of the samples we tried our best to do, like I really was like striving to do like field recording stuff, and so that I thought that was really cool that we were able to get that kind of stuff. So that was actually like physically recorded. There actually used to be before it was edited, there was on one mix version of the album, I think we used a take where you could hear my cat meowing. You could hear my cat meow. I still have it somewhere. There's literally like one take where we were trying to do it in like our kitchen area, and my cat Midnight just meow meow. Dude, it's like shut up, Midnight. Like god damn it. And he's like, I want to be on the album. And I'm like, all right, bro. A last minute addition that we really liked is during the surf part. Here is the addition of the piano. Don't use AI? No, we didn't. We didn't use any AI. Piano adds a lot. The art was done by Jennifer Plonsky. She did a good job, and it was Jen and Jake. They both went back and forth and basically like reiterated on each other's work until we got here. All the music and everything was written. All of the other idea that came out of the blue. Yeah, I have no idea how we even got to that surf part. I think the surf part really came up because we used to write like such stupid shit, and like, well, like not we always used to like do dumb shit, like we'll play something and we make it like a funky version, and I think we had like some riffs in mind to end it, and then somehow it just turned into like a surf version. I have no idea how. Is that the clock you burned to make it an ARG? Bro, I'd love to make an ARG. That'd be a lot of fun. I've had different ideas for ARGs because I love all those YouTube horror things so much. I can't think of anything else. I can't think of anything at this moment. Anything else? I don't know. I don't know. That would be cool. That would be cool. There isn't a clock left. We burned it.
This wasn't your fault.
So yeah, that is cartography of the mind. And we spent 10 years making it. And I couldn't be any happier. It feels super weird still to be able to sit here a month later and this is out and it's real and it's here, and at least on YouTube it's got to update. It's got 3,000 views. It's got to update. Got to update. But yeah, I'm super happy with it. I'm super proud of it, and I couldn't thank the guys enough for uh, choosing to do this together and do this with me for so long. It's just cool, and I've been feeling really good. I've been feeling a lot better, and I mean, maybe you can probably tell that from maybe you could tell that from how I've been feeling on stream, but like I visibly and noticeably feel so much better that this is out. And I still sometimes will get stressed. I mean, yesterday I got pretty overwhelmed at band practice because I was just getting stressed out about stuff, but um just in general, I feel so much better that this is out, and I think now it's something where I I loved most of it. Yeah. um it's something now where I kind of have to come to an interesting term where I kind of need to I'm going to get my sibling to listen to it. Absolutely their jam. Hell yeah. It's available everywhere. So the album is available everywhere. You can listen to it everywhere. It's on Bandcamp. Tomorrow is Bandcamp Friday. So if you go and buy the album on Bandcamp, I believe we get 100% of the proceeds. I got some kind of email about Bandcamp Friday coming back. So if you go and you want to get it tomorrow, it should be available. We should be able to get all the proceeds from Bandcamp if you buy it on Bandcamp Friday. Fancy, don't try and understand cool. He's just kind of like a seagull. He's just floating there. um but yeah, so super thankful to Zach, Jake, Greg, and Steve, Fancy, Stu, Big Messiah. Those are their Twitch names, and Steve has nothing. If you want, go follow We Are Tethered. If you go follow We Are Tethered, that added channel, you go follow that. Probably within December, maybe tentatively, or eventually, like soon. We're gonna be doing a live stream show there with some friends, and I'll talk about that more once we get it confirmed. And yeah, we're talking in the next week or two about what's next, what the next, the next videos, the next content, the next things we want to kind of make, while we keep celebrating and putting our name out there, because now we actually can. It's no longer me going to everybody and being like, "Hey, you working on an album? Yeah, I think I'm working on that album. Yeah, it's gonna come eventually." It's out. It's here, and it's been out for a month, which is crazy. And I can't thank you all for hanging out and listening. And I appreciate you spending your time here. Um, yeah, and I've been again, like I'm so happy that this is out, and I've been able to kind of just enjoy things again. I feel like I'm more creative now that this is out. I have had more ideas for stream. I've had more ideas for my regular life. And I didn't get to tell the guys this, but like today and yesterday, I actually started getting the writing bug back. Like I started hearing new riffs and new ideas. So that's really cool to get kind of the writing bug back. And uh I can at least confidently promise, and I think the rest of the guys speak with me, that whenever the next one comes out, it's certainly going to take less than 10 years. I think we can guarantee that. I think we can guarantee that. I think that's a fair assumption. Who are the musical inspirations? Um, in terms of the writing itself, it's kind of all over the place. I think the primary stuff that we get compared to the most and that we enjoy the most, it really varies. But I mean, Between the Buried and Me was kind of like a good like groundwork for most of us. But it's not like everything, but it's like that kind of progressive metal, and it kind of varies from person to person. Like Fake Messiah kind of has different tastes. Zach has more like Knocked Loose and that kind of hardcore stuff, but then he'll also just go and listen to fucking Kamasi Washington and all that kind of stuff. Randy from Lamb of God. Yeah, like more metalcore, more death metal, more stuff like that. And I'm all over the place where like who I like for guitar is like I like Devin Townsend, obviously, and like David Gilmour. Like David Gilmour is like one of my top 5 guitar inspirations. Guitars specifically in attempt we're giving Death Clock for a minute. I could see that actually. I never thought about that. But for me, like David Gilmour. So I mean, so when you ask the question of like who's lead and who's not, I think there's kind of these different styles where like Steve is more like shreddy and sweepy, and he likes those kind of leads and those tappy things, and I very much like the kind of solos that are like more like single notey. So that's why like my solos don't really move a lot. They're more like just kind of forward, like not forward, but you know what I mean. Like let me try and show you. Like this one here. So like that's kind of happening. I'm getting Eric Johnson from those cleans. I mean, a lot of the guys kind of had to grow up. But I mean, like Greg and Steve kind of grew up with their dad. Kind of liked that like Stevie Ray Vaughan and that kind of like acoustic, not acoustic, like that cleaner stuff. Steve's guitar for a number of years was just like a Fender Stratocaster. Stuff like that. You should call a Pizza Hut on stream. Bro is asking me to do things Ludwig did like 8 years ago. Hello, Pizza Boy. Yeah, and so I mean, you have a solo like that versus a solo like Steve's, where it's like. Oh, it's in the same song. Like, this is the kind of solo Steve likes. Coming up. So he likes solos where they're like, I don't have a better way to put it, wank. Like I say wank endearingly, and a lot of my solos are very much like I call them like lines. Like they're very like lines. It's like one note is kind of going, and then like the next note's kind of going. I don't know how to describe music, honestly. You should yes at yes in yes near yes probably yes not yes wait yes 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 happy yes sad yes annoyed yes angry yes purple yes red yes and yes. God, you gotta give me money. You gotta give me some money, dude. You gotta give me. You gotta get a credit card. You gotta put it into your phone. And you gotta give me some god. The TikTok is coming out in me right now. Too high for the stream? You're too high to spell the right two. Yeah, but I couldn't be happier, and I feel a lot more mentally together. So yeah, we're gonna be doing more music stuff on stream. I'm pretty excited about it. An old idea from back when like I first started streaming is going to come back. Some people know it. It's called Twitch Plays Amp. I'm not going to explain further for the people who don't know what that is. But it's one of the first ideas I had on stream. That's going to come back now with this new setup. It's going to actually work now, and it's going to be a lot more fun to actually do. And also, hopefully soon, because I have to test some stuff with my amp, I might actually just fuck around and do a whole playthrough of the album if I have my amp up. How's that sound, guys? Does that sound fun? Sound like a good idea? I think I might just do a whole playthrough of the album while I'm testing some of my cabinet stuff, so you can see me play the whole thing. And that'll also be practice for when we do the live stream concert. Yeah, I don't know. Fix my camera here. Is this gonna work? Hang on. Can I get my camera to go back to normal? No. Dang it. I have to shrinky dink it myself. That's too small. Is this video game size? Yeah, that seems right. Thanks for a great year, guys. Thank you. Hell yeah, hell yeah. But, you know, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Yeah.